Hello everyone, you are watching JS Tutorials and now we'll be continuing the process to deploy the application to our EC2 instance using CodeDeploy. Now that we have created an EC2 instance, we'll now add few tags to it. We'll be adding the tags. Okay. We'll remove this tag or let it be. We'll be just adding a new tag, okay? Like for environment, we'll be using development. Okay. So now the next step that we'll be doing is like create an application in the code deploy. Now over here within the code deploy, you can see applications where we'll be creating an application. So I'll give the name my web app for code deploy. We'll be selecting EC2 as of now. Now that we have created a deployment, we are now expected to create a deployment group. So in this case, we'll have to enter the deployment group name, which is nothing but which is used to represent the EC2 instances. So my web app deployment group, wherein we'll be adding the service role. So before, I don't have any service role as of now for the code deploy. So I will be going to IAM, create role, and within that we'll be selecting AWS service. And for the use cases, we'll be selecting code deploy. And among these, we are now working with EC2 instances. So I will be just selecting the one which has got which can be called for the AWS services such as auto scaling on your behalf. And the only thing that remains is this policy. Yeah. So yeah. So we'll be adding this permissions and just giving the name as my code deploy role. And then after that, we'll be creating the role for. So now that we are able to create a role, especially for the code deploy, I need to refresh it. I will be re-entering the name, and over here we'll get this code deploy role which was created. Now in this case, we have to select the deployment type, which can be in place as well as it can also be blue-green. So if it is in place, which means that it updates the instances in a deployment group with the latest application revisions during a deployment. Each instances will be briefly taken offline for its update. Whereas blue-green is some other way of deployment type. Currently, we'll be using in place only for the Amazon EC2 instances. Over here, I'll also be selecting environment as a development environment, and that's all. I won't make any changes around over here. Yeah, over here we have got all at once. You can select anything based upon your requirement. Yeah, we won't go to optional and just create. Choose a target group. They've asked us to. Just a minute, and Be back in a second. And for the load balancer, we won't be considering it for deployment as of now. So we'll directly create a deployment group. And after this, we'll now be creating a deployment. So the revision select. So for this thing, we'll have to copy and paste the Amazon S3 bucket where your revision is stored. So basically, coming to the S3, for the revision, we'll have to paste the Amazon S3 bucket where your revision is stored. Since my revision is present in this, I'll be copying this URI as it is and just pasting it over here. The type of revision file will be zip in my case, which is optional, and create the deployment. So the deployment has been created and it is in progress also. Let's see how it works for us. Now you can see that it got succeeded, which means that our application got deployed on this particular EC2 instance. We can also check it by just going into the security groups, and for the inbound rules, where these are the inbound rules, right? So we'll be editing the security groups. Not the security group. Just a minute. As you can see that only one port, that is port 22, is being attached to our EC2. So in order to also make it accessible for port 80, we'll have to add inbound rules to it. Okay, so here we'll be editing inbound rules. We'll add rule wherein we'll be adding HTTP to it, and can be from anywhere. Save rules by saving the rule. Now we can directly access to the our application right now. So just copy and see whether it works for us or not. Yes, it definitely works. So you can see that uh, congratulations, Wi-Fi is the code that we had written in our index.html, and now it's perfectly working. So in this way, we'll use CodeDeploy to deploy the application to the EC2 instances using CodeDeploy, right? So hope you liked the video. Please like, share, and subscribe to your friends so that they can also have more um, content that is related to AWS DevOps. So thank you so much. Have a nice day. Goodbye.